Picture a city rising from a lake, its golden temples reaching toward the sky. This was Tenochtitlan, and at its heart stood Moctezuma II, the man who would witness the twilight of an empire. In 1502, he ascended to power, not just as a ruler, but as a living god. Imagine walking through his capital, a marvel that left even hardened Spanish conquistadors speechless. Streets of stone stretched across water, markets buzzed with exotic goods from distant lands, and gardens floated like emerald islands. This was Moctezuma's world, and he ruled it with an iron fist wrapped in jade and gold. His empire grew through a delicate dance of diplomacy and dominance. Some cities joined willingly, seduced by promises of protection and prosperity. Others learned the hard way, through the sharp end of Aztec spears. But all paid tribute: cotton, cocoa, precious stones, and sometimes human lives. Then came the whispers. Strange omens appeared in the sky. Fishermen reported unusual sights. And finally, the news that would change everything. Pale men in floating mountains had reached their shores. These weren't just any men. They wore metal that gleamed like silver and rode beasts never before seen in these lands. When Hernán Cortés arrived in 1519, Moctezuma faced a decision that would echo through centuries. Some say he believed Cortés was the returned god Quetzalcoatl, fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Others argue he was simply playing a careful political game. Whatever the truth, he welcomed these strangers with lavish gifts and ceremonial courtesy. But hospitality turned to horror. The Spanish, drunk on dreams of gold and glory, saw an opportunity. They took Moctezuma hostage in his own palace, forcing him to govern under their watch. The mighty emperor became a puppet in a tragic play. The end came in 1520, but even today the truth remains shrouded in mystery. Some chronicles claim Spanish weapons struck him down during a riot. Others insist his own people killed him with stones and angry words, seeing him as a traitor who had bent too easily to foreign will. But here's the thing about endings. They're also beginnings. Yes, Moctezuma's death marked the fall of the Aztec Empire, but look around modern Mexico. You'll find his legacy in the language people speak, in the food they eat, in the stories they tell their children. The stones of Tenochtitlan still lie beneath Mexico City's streets, whispering tales of a time when a god-king ruled from a city of gold and faced the end of everything he knew. The greatest irony? This man who lost an empire helped create something new. A culture that blends ancient wisdom with colonial influence, proving that even in defeat, some things cannot be conquered. They simply transform like water flowing around stone, finding new paths to the future.